Smith, VC recipient, well, much loved, Australian war veteran. He's made some comments to you initially, Sam. This is about the defence pay deal of 1.5%. In fact, listen to him on radio today talking to 3AW. He reckons he's been grossly misrepresented. Here he was.
Well, I mean, you look at some of the headlines they've put out that I've essentially backed pay deals, or I've supported this, or accepted that, or tried to justify the government's position. I mean, none of that's absolute rubbish. No such thing has happened. And if that's how it's being construed by individuals in the press, well, it's just simply wrong. I want them to have the best possible deal on the table. Now, if that isn't the best possible deal, then clearly I would urge the government to reconsider that and get back into the boardroom and work out how they can get a better deal. So I mean, it's that simple. They need to get the best deal they can get, and if that's not it, well, we need to keep working on it.
All right, that's what he's saying today. Here's what he said on Sunrise, though, just 2 days ago.
Yeah, look, I mean, we understand the current economic climate, for example. So we know, the government was left with a deficit. There's an issue around the pay rise, or the pay increase, I should say. And the fundamental responsibility of the community and government is just to look after the soldiers to the point where none of them should ever need to want for anything, because they've made those sacrifices, and their families.
Yep. And the quote to you, Sam, that kicked all this off, he said, would I like soldiers to get more money? Of course I would, but I'm also cognizant of the fact the government was left with a deficit and there's only so much you can do with the money you have. What's going on here?
Well, I think first of all, as you said, I mean, Ben Roberts-Smith, he's a great man and a great Australian.
Absolutely.
And I think that what's happened here is he made the same comments to me that he made to Sunrise about, in the current economic circumstance, we've got a budget deficit. He understands that the deal is what the deal is. And then, look, I think he's been subjected to a really nasty campaign on social media of people saying, why have you said that? And I think he feels as if people are suggesting that, he's turned his back on his mates. Now, we would never suggest that. I've never suggested that. I don't think anyone did, but I think that he felt that he needed to clarify those comments, and so he's said something different today. He said today that he would like to see a better deal if one's available, which is a little bit different, but I can totally understand where he's coming from, because he's obviously copping a lot of unjustified flack.
We're right out of time. We've got to go. Sam, thank you very much, and Patricia Carvella.